Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
Alright, so this is by me, Jay, Fausto, and Michael.
Oh, that's me.
Feature length film, right? By creating a feature length film out of our Hamlet adaptation, we will be able to have much more flexibility with the content that our film will depict and the medium through which our film will be created. Since our character casting choices are all fictional animated characters, it will be very difficult to depict these characters in a single play. This decision will also allow us to reasonably recreate more of the story instead of cutting out segments of the story for the sake of time.
So, we chose for the setting to be the Fortnite Island because all of our characters, it's like a diverse like variety of characters. So like they're all from different cinematic universes. So, as you might know, Fortnite is notorious for bringing everything into one shared universe. So we thought Fortnite would be the best setting for our adaptation.
Alright, so for our important plot points, so we changed the setting and the characters, but we wanted to keep the script the same. So with our characters changed and the setting changed, you'll be able to understand it better than how they had it back then, because back then was a totally different time. So with our characters, we'll be able to get better with the younger generation where they can understand it a lot better. Okay, this is trimming an emphasis on the scenes. So we will be adding more emphasis to the intense to the scenes of the play, like the moments of death, the fighting scenes, and new important information introduced, right? Which would lead to a more attractive movie to the audience rather than the actual Hamlet where there's a lot of talking that makes people sleep. So we'll also be cutting that part out, a lot of the talking and boring parts, and this will lead to a more active and progressive film. It would also make it relatable to the audience, which makes it more humorous and attractive. Okay. So our first character, Michelle Nyam as Hamlet. So they're both popular with the citizens, inside the play. They have the favor of the crowd. They're both seen making out-of-pocket comments sometimes to bring humor into situations, like Hamlet during the dumb show and me all the time. Both are deceptive. They're the mastermind and instigator, and both don't back down to a fight, like Hamlet during the fencing match, and me with my Orbeez gun or some raw eggs. And they both know how to handle a long, flimsy sword.
So Faustina Ken would be playing Ophelia in our adaptation. Some similarities they share is that they're canonically both lovers with the actor for Hamlet. And they can also swim, which is one of the most important scenes that Ophelia plays in the play. They're also both insane and love lying to other people. And then they're also in love with a man. And we can skip the bottom.
Come on, just say it. He's submissive and breathable.
Okay, is that good? Alright, our other character would be Batman. We didn't want to choose the exact same character as Batman, so we changed up a little bit to Batman, which is the older Batman. And both of their fathers die, which is their reason for wanting vengeance, which is what they both seek is vengeance. And then each of them work with someone to get revenge. Batman works with Robin, who's his sidekick, and then Laertes works with Claudius, who sets up the fight between him and
Hamlet, and then they both come from money and like a powerful family who has a lot of impact. But now none of them have family, with Laertes' sister dying and his dad getting killed, and then just like Batman, his mom and dad get killed.
Oh, the audio's not
Oh no,
You didn't move it.
playing. No,
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Alright, screw him. So for Thanos, we said that they're both clowned on all the time, and we said that they both have all the power that was acquired through murder. So Thanos sacrifices his daughter to get one of the stones, and then Claudius killed King Hamlet to get the crown and the wife. And then they both died from pointy sharp weapons, as Thanos was killed by Thor and Claudius was killed from Hamlet's sword. And then they both torment their children. So Thanos killed his daughter for power, and he puts the other one through physical torture. And then Claudius tries to kill Hamlet.
Oh, there we go.
So we'd have minions play Rosencrantz and Guildenstern because, like, they're both kind of similar since like no one really cares about them in the movie, and they kind of wish they didn't really exist in the plot because they kind of only harm the protagonist. And then so like the minions only scream banana, and then the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern like betray Hamlet, and they're both programmed like robots because they only do what they're told by other people. And then they also aren't good at doing what they're told.
Oh, yeah, the censoring didn't really work. Listening to this video.
Alright, this is hilarious for us, the skeleton from Clash Royale. So, they're both determined to accomplish their goals, and the only reason they exist is for conquest and destroying their enemies, and they both play a major role. And they both work with an army, and they break down walls and castles, like Fortinbras did with Denmark and Larry by himself. And then they both fight with swords, and they're both seen as a hero in the end, as Larry in Clash Royale is praised as the best card in the game, and Fortinbras is seen as the savior of Denmark.
Oh, okay. So we had Johnny Sins as King Hamlet. So, so both are dead. One is figuratively and one is literally. King Hamlet's the literal one. Both of their wives are with other men now. And, both are praised with their achievements. Like King Hamlet was the king that ruled over Denmark, and he expanded like the country. And Johnny Sins was like praised because he was a doctor, a cleaner, a lawyer, a plumber, construction worker. He also served in the country and also was like a firefighter and stuff. They both have bad personalities. King Hamlet only seeked revenge for himself, and it ended up corrupting Hamlet. Johnny Sins just had it bad. Both stimulated action amongst the people, and they were both known for instigating actions. Yeah. Johnny Sins. Okay.
Julie. So they both care very deeply about the health and well-being of the actor of Hamlet, as Jay gives Michelle Meow tasty foods 3% of the time, and Gertrude protects Hamlet from Claudius' schemes. They both have an intimate relationship in and out of the bed with Claudius. Jay regularly plays Fortnite and fantasizes with Thanos. Gertrude sleeps in the same bed as Claudius. They both do dumb stuff every every day. And they both have had food poisoning. Like, Jay had nasty diarrhea, Taco Bell and Popeye's biscuits, and Gertrude didn't survive it. And they both like to take Hamlet's drink. Stop it. You keep clicking it too fast.
The middle guy's Jay.
Okay. Alright. Finally, we're getting to the end. This is our last one. Alright, we got Ben and Horatio. Alright, so both Ben and Horatio were both very intelligent. Me and this other Ben, we got two of them. They can play the same character. So we're both scholars that are very informed on everything. We both have a deep friendship with Hamlet. And I see ghosts at night. That's credible. The dark is kind of scary. And then Horatio sees ghosts just when he's with Hamlet and the guards at the very start. Both very lonely, credible as well. Horatio's only friend is Hamlet, and you don't see him talking to anyone else most of the time. And they're both loyal. We'll leave it there. And they both have no purpose in life. I did not put that one, but alright, the character in the middle is
The audience.
he's very he always has the right answer for everything, either giving you a yes or a no. And his name's also Ben, so he fits perfect. Alright, and then right there's me multitasking because like Horatio has to do a bunch. I'm playing on my phone while brushing my teeth while going to the bathroom, so like that's multiple steps, just getting ready, and then there's me with my eyes wide open, like as if Hamlet just told me that he killed someone.
That's when I saw the ghost.
Yeah, or when I saw the ghost. And that's it.
Yeah.